chose The People Principle by Ron Willingham, and that book talks about very positive leadership and working with people. I discovered that book in 2008 when I participated in a leadership development program with the American Speech Language Hearing Association, and I just think this event is absolutely wonderful, and you can see that people are really enjoying themselves, and it's just phenomenal that all of these books will be in the library for others to have and to look at, and everyone is leaving their legacy at UNCG.
I chose a book called Organizing European Space by 3 Swedish academics whose names I don't even remember because they're Swedish and I can't pronounce it. But this was a book I read early in graduate school, and as a geographer, a political geographer, it very much shaped everything that I've done since then. Because in fairly simple terms, it's a short book, it's only about 200 pages, they managed to challenge all of the assumptions that I had coming into graduate school about the geography of Europe, about how space is organized politically and socially and culturally. And so I always come back to it. It's not the most exciting book in the world, it doesn't have the most or it doesn't have the prettiest cover, but it's one that I always come back to in my mind, and so that's why I chose it.
I chose something a little different. I chose a DVD which is based on the play called A Raisin in the Sun. I recall reading this play in middle school, and it was the first time I was able to see a document that reflected my life and my family, the values of my family, and that's kind of it stayed with me all these years. It was interesting when I got the invitation to pick something out to contribute to the library. My daughter and I had a conversation about this play, and we'd even seen it together. She enjoyed it so much. I thought, well, maybe that's something I could contribute to the library, so that other folks can talk about dreams being deferred and, of course, dreams being realized. I have really enjoyed being here today to look at the other items that folks have chosen and getting to know folks across campus has been fun. I appreciate the efforts of all the folks who worked to put this on, and I'm enjoying myself.
Hi, I chose the book Charlie Harper, An Illustrated Life by Todd Oldham and Charlie Harper. The reason I picked it is Charlie Harper was an illustrator of the mid-20th century, and he did a lot, and I love mid-20th century illustration, and he did a lot of nature illustrations of birds and a lot of different critters, and I just love his work. He makes me very happy, and I think, you know, that's important when you're perhaps getting too over-involved in your emails and your committee work and your reading and writing. Just remember that there are other things out there that are also important.
I picked The Phantom Tollbooth, which is kind of a children's book, but it was actually written by a man named Jules Pfeiffer, who was a cartoonist for adults. And it's about a young boy who goes on an adventure, and he goes through all these different lands, and there's a lot of puns about mathematics and words and other sorts of things, and it's all about him kind of coming alive and saying, you know, there's lots of interesting things to find out about in the world, and so that's why it was really important to me. This event is wonderful. I said to one of my colleagues that it's one of the only event where all the people across the campus get to be together, people who have reached the same rank, you know, and we're often in our own little worlds in different spots in the campus, and this is a nice kind of all-together event, so it's nice.
To attend this special event for the very first time. It's a privilege to be here among colleagues, the distinguished honorees in particular. The faculty here represent breadth and depth of knowledge in a range of fields, from music to mathematics, from library science to literature. It's incredible to peruse the credentials of the individuals on the list that I received earlier this week. The strength of the university is evident from those gathered in this room. You are the heart of the university, and we are so excited to have the opportunity to recognize you today. Your accomplishments include prestigious publications, outstanding creative works and performances. You've brought in significant funding to the university through your research grants, and you've enriched the community both locally, nationally, and internationally through your community outreach and work. Today we have 16 individuals being promoted to professor, the highest rank at the university. We have 4 individuals who are being granted permanent tenure, and 17 individuals who are being promoted to associate professor with permanent tenure for the first time. And this young individual is not one of them.
This wonderful occasion is brought to you by both the Provost's office and the university libraries. Also, a big thank you to Chancellor Brady for her support and hearty endorsement of this program. This is a very special program because it honors our faculty and it recognizes the importance of libraries and the role they play in the scholarship of the Academy. So this recognition event is very near and dear to my heart because it acknowledges the role that libraries and books have played in furthering the formation, the scholarship, and the success for all of you. I believe that everyone has that one book that has served as an inspiration for not only their professional development, but potentially their personal growth as well. With that in mind, I thought I'd share some interesting facts on our books today that you've selected. This year we have actually 3 classic novels that were selected. John Steinbeck's East of Eden, Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights, and Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. 2 honorees selected the same book, The Courage to Teach by Parker Palmer. And the subtitle there is Exploring the Inner Landscape of a Teacher's Life. So I can see why that book has special meaning to most of us in this room. It explores the connections teachers make based on their passion for the classroom, their students, and the community. 1 DVD was selected, Raisin in the Sun, Sidney Poitier and Ruby Dees. So thank you once again, congratulations, and I am now going to turn this over to Chancellor Brady.
This, along with commencement, is my favorite event of the year. And I think, if I can use the metaphor of bookends, this event recognizes those of you who enable our students to learn about themselves, about their discipline, about the world. And commencement is the time at which we all celebrate what you indeed have done to help them get to that extremely important day in their lives. I want to congratulate each of you on your accomplishment. For those of you who are newly tenured here, UNCG welcomes you as permanent members of this academic community. And for those of you who are newly promoted, your contributions in the areas of teaching, research, and service have been recognized by your peers and by numerous college, university, professional, and community organizations and associations. And today we are gathered to salute you. You in this room represent the future of this university. Congratulations to each one of you, and thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this wonderful occasion. Thank you.